2 days after a New York City grand jury cleared a white police officer in the chokehold death of an unarmed black man, the protests are growing larger and spreading across the country, including Boston and Chicago. And now another New York grand jury, this one in Brooklyn, is about to investigate the shooting of another unarmed black man. Michelle Miller begins our coverage.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Today, the chant on the streets of Chicago was like thousands heard last night in New York,
I can't breathe!
at a protest in Minneapolis,
I can't breathe!
and at a die-in on the campus of Clemson University.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
The last words of 43-year-old Eric Garner have become a rallying cry for thousands across the country.
Hands up! Don't shoot!
The angry voices over the choking death of Garner looked and sounded as diverse as the thousands who marched.
You know, if you think about the civil rights movement, it took 10 years for anything to really happen between the protests and the boycotts of the buses to the actual Civil Rights Act. So it's going to take time, but we got to keep fighting.
Everybody's here together, black, white, brown, everybody.
Those who couldn't march stood in their windows in solidarity. Hundreds shut down major highways in multiple cities. While most remained nonviolent, there were a few clashes. A helicopter camera caught one New York police officer being punched. The NYPD arrested 200, mostly for minor offenses.
Disorderly conduct is what I was just told.
Their purpose was to peacefully disrupt what they see as the routine of injustice.
We're not allowed to march in our own streets.
Eric Garner, my girl! Shut down!
Protests may soon add Akai Gurley's name to the list. As Gurley's family prepared for his funeral today, the Brooklyn District Attorney announced a grand jury will review why a rookie officer shot and killed the unarmed 28-year-old in a dark stairwell 2 weeks ago.
I can't breathe!
His death may add volume to the demonstrators' voices as they once again take to the streets tonight.
It speaks to history.
Ariel Newton is a protest organizer.
This is a clear-cut example of police brutality, and it's a clear-cut example of not being held accountable. That's what's striking a nerve with people.
It is raining here in Lower Manhattan, but that has not stopped the crowds from gathering here in the heart of Wall Street. And Maurice, we should note that organizers tell us they have planned protests throughout the weekend and into next week.
Michelle Miller here in New York. Thank you.